I'm going to demonstrate Sturgeon Electric California's pole loading and handling policy. Why is it important for us to use good rigging fundamentals and technique? If we are safely loading and handling poles, we should never put ourselves in the bite. We accomplish this by knowing the safe workload of the tools that we use to load and offload poles, good communication and focus, knowing the lifting capability of our boom, and knowing the weight of the load we are about to pick.
These are our everyday tools that we use when loading and handling poles. Always know what your slings and pole tongs are rated for and that they are tagged properly. Give your pole tongs and slings a visual inspection prior to use. Use the proper size of pole tongs for the pole you are rigging. The barbs must go past the widest part or diameter of the pole for a safe lift. Keep in mind that a sling is required when the pole is too small for the pole tongs. There must be a positive scissoring action at the pivot point on the pole tongs to get proper barb penetration on the pole. Never turn your pole tongs parallel with the pole to try to get them to bite. This is an unsafe work practice. Use a sling.
Sturgeon Electric California mandates a minimum crew of 3 individuals for the loading and unloading of poles, along with the completed and signed tailboard designating each crew member's responsibility before commencing any pole handling activities. The crew will include a boom operator, a pole handler, and a designated observer whose only responsibility will be to monitor the pole's movement closely.
When possible, set your boom truck up properly in relation to the butt of the pole. This will help you to avoid having to end for end or helicopter the pole during the loading process. Work from the end of the pole pile utilizing pole tongs and cribbing. Maintain effective communication between the operator and yourself. Stay focused and keep yourself and your hands out of the bite. Our approved work method allows us to lift the pole with pole tongs 1 foot above the pole pile. This gives us the capability of moving the pole into a safe position to rig our sling on balance. Keep in mind when rigging fire wrap poles to avoid damaging the fire wrap. We accomplish this by never using the pole tongs on this section and by using a fiber sling when rigging on the fire wrap section of the pole. Use a tag rope on the pole top to control the pole during the loading process. Mark your balance point with chalk paint. It's always a safe work practice to stage your pole away from the work site. This will allow for the crew foreman to verify that traffic control is set up and also to confirm the direction that the driver and pole will approach the work site. Utilize your previously marked balance point to rig your sling and utilize a tag rope at the top of the pole to safely offload the pole. If the original documented tailboard remains unchanged throughout the work shift and the crew's designated responsibilities stay consistent, only a brief discussion will be necessary to reaffirm the plan before commencing pole handling work. Keep in mind that if the crew responsibilities change, another completed and signed tailboard will be required. Pole tongs can be utilized at the job site to find your balance point on an old pole prior to rigging with the sling and utilizing a tag rope for the loading process. Keep in mind the 3-foot or waist level rule when handling poles with pole tongs.
Let's make sure as Journeyman linemen that we're demonstrating good safe work practices out there. Keep in mind that we are shaping the work habits that our apprentices will adopt. Let's be safe out there.